Fracking monster beast.
It was a morning of discovery at Da Vinci House as inventor Zero Impact closely inspected a peacock's feather under his microscope. His inquisitive pet's cat Ada jumped up onto the workbench to see what Zero was looking at.
Ada, you curious kitty, my mind is boggling all over the place. This peacock feather is a work of pure genius. It's true. Even though this feather looks blue, green and gold, the only colour actually present is brown. I know. Completely bonkers, huh? You're right. Nature is fascinating. It has magically made these colours using shapes that reflect light so that the colours appear even though they're not really there. And if my calculations are correct, the colours are 4 times brighter than any chemical could produce. Magnificent! Ada, that's a fantastic idea. What if we produce a chemical-free paint that works in the same way?
Zero heard the sound of voices chanting in the street outside. He walked over to the window to see what was happening.
Ada, stay here. I'm just going to take a little wander to see what all the excitement is about.
Zero followed his curious mind down the stairs and out of the front door. A long line of people were marching past his house holding placards and banners. Zero marched along with the crowd until they slowed to a stop beside 2 enormous metal gates.
Stop fracking now!
I wonder who this fracking person is. They must have done something really bad to upset this many people. I know. I'll ask this girl. Excuse me, but who is Fracking and what have they done?
Fracking's a monstrous beast.
A monster beast? That doesn't sound good.
Creating earthquakes and poisoning our groundwater.
How have I not heard of this monster beast?
The protester began to point and shout at something behind Zero.
We won't let you destroy our world. Leave us alone, you beast.
What? Is the monster beast behind me? Oh, this is bad.
Terrified for his life, Zero slowly turned around. But instead of a monster beast, he saw a man wearing a suit standing on the other side of the huge gates.
Why, howdy there. How y'all doing? I see y'all still got nothing better to do than stand around my gates hollering.
Wait a minute. Is he the fracking monster beast?
Yes, he is. Or at least he's going to be.
I am so confused right now.
Don't listen to her, mister. She's the freakiest darn crazy I ever did meet.
You are the crazy one, Gregor Greed.
Sorry to interrupt, but if you are Gregor Greed, then who is Fracking? And why is he going to pollute the groundwater and make the earthquake?
Fracking won't cause earthquakes. Probably. Fracking is progress.
Madness.
Progress.
Madness.
Progress.
Okay, I get it. He likes fracking. You don't like fracking. But who is this Fracking?
Not who. What?
What?
Fracking isn't a person, it's a thing.
What kind of thing?
Well, now, I'm glad you asked. Fracking, my friend, is the future energy source of the world, and it's gonna make me rich.
Oh, I see. And how exactly does it work?
Aren't you a little nosy pants? Well, since you asked, you simply mix up some water with some sand, and a bunch of chemicals. Then blast them at supersonic speed 1 kilometer into the ground and pow! The force splits the rock and releases trapped gas. Or oil, depending on which is hotter seeking down there.
You shoot chemicals at high speeds 1 kilometre into the ground? Is that even safe?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? You don't know so? Are you crazy? Why would you do that?
Because, my friend, there's gonna be an extra 2 billion people on this planet by 2050, and they're all gonna need to heat their homes and charge their tablets and mobile phones. Us forward-thinking folks call it progress. Plus an extra 2 billion people needing gas and oil equals big bucks.
Big bucks?
No! Big bucks! You know, lots of cash.
What chemicals do you use exactly?
That's a trade secret.
A trade secret? Do you not think people drinking the water around here deserve to know? What if your chemicals get into the water in the ground?
Why are you asking me such silly questions, boy?
Mr. Greed, I'm not sure fracking's such a good thing.
Is that so? And what exactly do you know about the future of energy?
Not enough, Mr. Greed, but I'm going to go home right now to do some research.
Oh yeah? Gonna ask your mama for help?
No, Mr. Greed, I'm going to ask nature, as it has been designing and building for billions of years, longer than you.
Well, you better hurry up. I play poker at 6 p.m. sharp.
Crazy protester girl, something tells me you might not be the crazy one.
Zero marched back home and went straight to his computer.
Ada, we have important work to do. We need to work out a way to give power to the people. I just can't believe that blasting the earth with chemicals is the answer. AskNature.org.
Zero searched the internet and soon found lots of different ways his fellow scientists were looking to nature for ideas to create clean power and energy. Once he had enough information, he marched out of the house and back over to the big gates. Gregor Greed was still standing there, pulling faces at the protesters.
Back so soon? And before poker o'clock. That's mighty impressive.
Mr. Greed, I have had a quick look at different ways of using the natural world's energy forces. There are so many fascinating and safe solutions. I don't understand why you're wasting your time with something that could be so dangerous.
Oh, really? And what ideas might these be exactly?
Like how the Oriental hornet cleverly uses the yellow and brown stripes on its back to absorb sunlight and turn it into electricity. Pretty awesome use of solar power, huh?
A hornet? Right.
And a clever scientist has taken the tail design of a yellowfin tuna fish and is using it to create energy from the ocean's currents. So simple!
You mean the tasty kind? That comes in tins?
They don't start off in tins, but yes, that's exactly the kind I mean. Another scientist is looking at how fish swim together in shoals and using their formation to improve the design of wind farms. You see, wind, water, sunlight, all natural, clean and powerful energy sources that you could be developing instead of shooting the earth.
You tell him, Zero. Stop fracking now. We want change.
We want change! We want change! We want change!
You need a special kind of scientist called a biomimicry scientist who works with nature, not dangerous chemicals. There is a fascinating world of natural science just waiting to be discovered.
Work with nature? Have you lost your tiny mind?
Mr. Greed, over 100 years ago, a great scientist called Nikola Tesla was sure that he could harness the Earth's natural energy and give free, clean electricity to the world. But his research was stopped. Just imagine if Tesla was right.
What? Free? No big bucks? Y'all walking here with your big ideas telling me I'm shooting the earth. But if it wasn't for clever folks like me, the modern world wouldn't have no energy. Fracking is cleaner than burning coal. Ain't nothing perfect in this polluted world. Big bucks are made in electricity. Only a fool like Tesla would give it away for free.
Who's the fool chasing fossil fuels? The price is way too high for these old world jewels. Climate change is right here in our face. Denying it is a global disgrace.
Nature has so many more secrets to teach us. It's time to let our ancient knowledge rise up and lead us.
Imagine the innovation we will find with nature, science, design combined.
Rising to change, this is our world. Uniting for change, this is our world.
Yo, radical notions will never catch on. I'm not wasting my money on no climate change con. Nature is simply a commodity, and that is the way it will always be.
Watch out, Greed,
Why?
or get stuck in the past, cause the next generation wants change and fast. This world doesn't just belong to folks like you.
What?
There are millions of species and it's their world too. Natural energies on Earth hold the greatest force. Let the world be our power source. Nature's been designing since the world began. If we listen, we can change.
No, we can't.
Yes, we can. Rising to change, this is our world. Uniting for change, this is our world.
Stop it. Stop singing.
Rising
Dizzy? Oh no, Dizzy. This is bad. Very bad indeed.
Why is no one ever pleased to see me?
No offence, but you're not called Dizzy Disaster for nothing.
I know. Everywhere I go, a disaster follows.
Mr. Greed, that was an earthquake. You said that wouldn't happen.
No, I said probably. Probably wouldn't happen.
And what about poisoning the groundwater? Do you still think that probably won't happen?
Well,
Do you think it's normal to cause earthquakes?
No, But what about the big bucks?
Look around you, Mr. Greed. Do you really think when these kids grow up they're going to want to buy your energy? Or do you think they'll buy natural, clean energy from someone else?
I don't know, Zero. I guess I just didn't think about it like that.
Mr. Greed, no one wants to live in a polluted world anymore. If you start a new energy company that works safely with nature, your business would do very, very well. Clean energy is the future.
Maybe I could take a look at natural ways to solve energy problems.
The Fracking Monster Beast, narrated by Helen Martin. Zero Impact, played by Archie Anderson. Gregor Greed and Ada the Cat, played by Gemma Anderson. Dizzy Disaster, played by Anouk Petrovsky. Protester, played by Annabelle Charman. Protesting Crowd, played by Taskia Yazid, Maleka Yazid, Kenzie Yazid, Theo Saunders and Isabella Saunders. Fracking Madness song, written and produced by LFO Sound. Lyrics by Joe Churchman and James Saunders. Vocals by Gemma Anderson, Archie Anderson, Daisy Anderson, Taskia Yazid, Maleka Yazid, Kenzie Yazid, Lyra Neville, Theo Saunders and Isabella Saunders. Script consultant, Siobhan Curran. Written and produced by Joe Churchman. You have been listening to an EcoTales production.